Good afternoon, everyone. How's everybody doing today? Happy Monday. How's everybody's day going so far? How's everybody's week starting off so far? Shout out to everybody in the chat. What is going on? Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. We have the Yankees versus Tigers series starting today. So there's been a little bit of a time change for the games because of the weather in Detroit. So luckily, I was able to make some adjustments and make some changes to be able to call a live stream, which I'm always happy to do. How's everybody doing on this Monday afternoon? Hopefully the weather is nice where you are. We got Nosebleed section in the building. What's up, Nosebleed? Ken is in the building. Brad's in the building. Jonathan is in the building. Chia, the Ace Avenue, is in the building. Jake Boss, what is going on? Nice to see all of you in the chat. Make sure you all hit that like, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. And once again, if we get to 50 likes on this channel or on this live stream, right, while we're live, if we get to 50 likes, I will purchase a membership. So let's try to get to 50 likes if we can. And if we get to 50 likes while we're live, I will purchase a membership and somebody will be the recipient of that membership. So let's make it happen, people. Let's make it happen. It's a free membership for 30 days. You won't say no to free. And we got Robert in the building. What's up, Robert? How's it going? What is going on? So the game should start here in about 10 minutes or so. They're just showing some highlights of Detroit Tigers right now. So the game should start. Make sure you all go vote in the poll that I put out. I did put out a poll out there. So the question is, how many innings will Carlos Rodon pitch? And 7 votes, and all 7 of you have said 4 to 6 innings. So I'm hoping he could go 6. 6 innings would be fantastic. And here we have looks like the Tigers broadcast. I opened up MLB TV and it's looking like the Tigers broadcast, but I'll just, I'm not going to have them. I'll have them muted, but Jacob says go for Yankees. What's up, Jacob? Yeah, you have no choice but to root for the Yankees. It's gonna if the Tigers lose, it's gonna benefit your team. So what's up, Jacob? How's it going? What's going on? But drop your predictions for Carlos Rodon. How many innings? How many walks? How many strikeouts? How many runs does he give up? Yeah, I know. Yeah, I know it's on the Gotham app too for sure. But I get all the games on MLB TV, the majority of them. So I'll just deal with the whatever broadcast that they give me. I'll still call the game regardless. It doesn't matter who's calling. So, but let's drop your predictions for Carlos Rodon. What do we got for home runs today? Who's hitting a home run for the Yankees today? Who's hitting a home run for the Yankees? Let's talk about that. So drop your predictions for Carlos Rodon first, and then let me know what you all are, who you got for home runs today, folks. So Nosebleed says 6 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 2 runs, 1 walk, and a win. My thoughts on the Vladdy contract. I put a short out on it, man. You'll hear it on the short. Go check the short out real quick. But honestly, I'm shocked that he agreed to an extension. I thought he would test out the market, but what that tells me is he wanted to go and play for the Blue Jays, and that's where he wanted to be, and they were able to come to an agreement. So ultimately, that's what it boils down to. But I'm still a little surprised that he wanted to go out and test the market. I think he would have gotten more than $500 million personally. But what do you think? So Nosebleed said, okay, 6 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 2 runs, a walk, and he will get a win. Robert says at least 5, but if we got a big lead, possible 6 2/3, 6 strikeouts with walks. How many walks there, Robert? Jonathan says 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, 2 runs, 3 walks. Nosebleed's got Grisham, Judge, and Volpe hitting home runs. What's up, Beagle? Robert says the captain and Volpe are hitting home runs. Jake Boss is dropping his prediction. He's saying 5 2/3 innings pitched, 7 strikeouts, 3 runs given up by, and Rodon gives up a home run, which, I mean, it seems on par for the course, right? Beagle says Judge and Grish. Okay. We got John saying he's got it. That Rodon has to go 6, 5 strikeouts, 4 runs. Yanks win 9-1. All right. Okay. We got Petruzzi in the building. What's up, Petruzzi? How's it going? And we got Joe from NY Yankee Mania. What's going on? Thanks for tuning in, gentlemen. Make sure you all hit that like button on the way in. And if you're new to the channel, you're checking this out, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Let's continue growing this channel. Snow in Detroit. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, buddy. No snow here in my area, but yeah, Comerica Park right now, it is empty, folks. It is so empty right now. There's like barely anybody at the stadium. They just showed a highlight of it now. Yeah, so that's the reason why they changed the times because of the weather for all 3 games. So the games would have been later, the games would have been at 6:40, but they're at 3:10, right? That's when the games are supposed to be. At least for today's game, it's supposed to be 3:10, and tomorrow it's going to be so the next 2 games are going to be earlier than that. Those are going to be 1:10 games. So yeah, so earlier games for this series against Detroit. So it is what it is. Joe says Yankees never played good in the cold weather, only one time out of forget it. Yeah, but it's hard to play. It's hard to play baseball in cold weather. A lot of teams struggle. What's up, Ken? What's going on? But again, make sure you all hit that like button on the way in. Hit that subscribe. If you're new to the channel, share this channel out with everybody. I would greatly appreciate it. What's the weather like in your area, folks? What is the weather like in your area? Talk to me. Nosebleed says 6-3 final. Okay. Yeah, you know what? I got Rodon going. I got Carlos Rodon going 6 innings. 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, 3 walks, and I think he's going to give up 3 runs today. And I think he will give up a home run just because, he's known to give up the home run ball, like I said. That's my prediction. As far as home run predictions go, let's look at this lineup here. So the lineup real quick, folks, it is Ben Rice is actually going to be leading off in today's game. So Ben Rice, Aaron Judge, Cody Bellinger, Paul Goldschmidt, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Anthony Volpe, Austin Wells, Trent Grisham, Oswaldo Cabrera. So I have Judge hitting a home run today, along with Cody Bellinger. Those are my 2. And then my third, who do I want as my third? You know what? I'm going Austin Wells as my third. All right, so I'm going Judge, Bellinger, Austin Wells. Those are my 3 picks, my 3 predictions for home runs. Adam Ottavino for the save. There you go. Yeah, they're showing the snow here at Comerica Park. Well, I know, Detroit, I've never been, but I know the Midwest, it gets, I know how cold it could get out there. And just from talking with a lot of folks from the Midwest, they talk about how miserable the winters can be. And I can only imagine. Obviously, being in New York, when I was living in New York, I just remember those winters. It was just brutal, folks. But it looks like they're ready to go here. They're going over the lineup here for the New York Yankees. And I actually have the Yes Network broadcast on, so that's nice. And pitching for the Detroit Tigers is Casey Mize. And he is taking his warm-ups right now. And the game will start here momentarily. So let's see how he does in today's game against the New York Yankees. Yankees are going to have they're going to have their hands full in this series. The Tigers are a good team. I mean, they're gonna face both Tarek Skubal and Jack Flaherty. So it's going to be tough for the Yankees bats, but I think they could pull through. But Tigers defense: Riley Green, Ryan Kreidler, Manuel Margot in the outfield. Infield is Ibanez, Baez, Keith, and Torkelson. At the dish is Jake Rogers, and the game is underway. And Ben Rice is at the plate. He takes a ball, so it's a 1-0 count to Ben Rice. Here's the 1-0. That is in there for a strike. The count now is 1-1 to Ben Rice. So no Gleyber Torres, folks. No Gleyber Torres. He is hurt, so we won't see him in the series. So count now to Ben Rice is 2-1. It's also worth mentioning that Ian Hamilton will be activated for tomorrow's game against the Tigers. So we're getting one reinforcement coming back. That pitch to Ben Rice was a ball. So 3-1 now to Ben Rice, who is batting .320 this season thus far. Aaron Judge is on deck. And Ben Rice will take a walk. So it's a leadoff walk for Ben Rice. First walk issued by Mize. And now we have the captain coming up, who is wearing his ski mask. So we have a runner on first with nobody out here in the top of the first, and Aaron Judge takes a strike. It is a 0-1 count to Aaron Judge, who's been off to a very hot start for the season. Here's the 0-1, and just misses. So count now is 1-1 to Aaron Judge. This is the first American League team that the Yankees are playing this season. So they did start the season off playing against 3 National League teams as Judge fouls it. And the count now is 1-2 to Aaron Judge. And here we have Cody Bellinger waiting on deck. So 1-2 to Aaron Judge with a runner on first, top of the first inning, nobody out. My sets. Here's the pitch. And the count now is even at 2-2. So it's a 2-2 count to Aaron Judge. What's up, Stephen B? Here's the 2-2. And Judge hits that one high, and it is a pop-up in the right field, and Margot makes the play for out number 1, and now that will bring up Cody Bellinger. So 1 out now here in the top of the first. And here we have Cody Bellinger through 7 games, batting .231 with a home run, 6 RBIs, an OPS of .627. He did miss a couple of games against the Pirates because of a stiff back, but he is back in the lineup now. So here we have Cody Bellinger at the plate. And Mize checks on Ben Rice. And Bruce Dreckman is the home plate umpire. And the scouting report says that he is hitter friendly. First pitch to Bellinger is a ball. So the count is 1-0 to Cody Bellinger. We have 1 out here in the top of the first. My sets. Here's the pitch. And Bellinger fouls that off. So count now is 1 ball, 1 strike. One ball, 1 strike to Cody Bellinger. Ben Rice is at first base with 1 out here in the top of the first. My sets. Here's the pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Cody Bellinger. Cody Bellinger was acquired in a trade from the Chicago Cubs, and in exchange, the Yankees sent pitcher Cody Poteet. And Bellinger hits that, but it is a catchable ball there, and center fielder makes the play for out number 2. So a leadoff walk and 2 quick outs now for Mize. So we have 2 outs in the inning. And we have Paul Goldschmidt at the plate now. First pitch to Goldschmidt, swing and a miss for strike 1. That was a 95-mile-per-hour fastball. 324, 1 home run, 3 RBIs, 865 OPS through 9 games so far for Paul Goldschmidt. Here's the 0-1. Another swing and a miss. Count now is 0-2. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the top of the first with a runner at first base. My sets. Here's the pitch. And misses. So 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Paul Goldschmidt. It is a cold day in Detroit, Michigan. 42 degrees, feels like it's 34. It is snowing out there. So, and Comerica Park is pretty empty. Some fans at the stadium, so it's going to be a quiet one. Here's the 1-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Paul Goldschmidt. My sets. Here's the pitch. And Goldschmidt hits that, and it is a fair ball. Third baseman makes the play, and first baseman cannot hold on to it. So now we have runners on first and second. Banya has made a nice stop, but the throw was a little bit off there. So they're showing the replay here. Throws over. Yeah, Torkelson just couldn't come up with it. So we have runners on first and second now with 2 outs. And that will bring up Jazz Chisholm Jr. So 2 outs, top of the first, runners on first and second. Jazz Chisholm Jr. pops that one out to the center fielder for out number 3. So 1 walk, 1 hit, no runs, no errors, going to the bottom of the first. So 0-0. Let's see what we got in the chat here. Nosebleed says you're changing your home runs to no one. Understood. Are you going to the home opener there, Jacob? What's up, Erica? How's it going? Good to see you. You weren't expecting stream. Figured people would be working. Nah, I was going live. I'm going live. So, oh yeah, live again, Sco. Live again. I'm gonna do as many play-by-plays as I possibly can this season. I did some last season, but this season I'm looking to do more. So I've done every play-by-play so far for the Yankees except for 1. So I'm going to do as many as I possibly can. But how's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling? So we will be heading here to the bottom of the first. Yeah, so Nosebleed's playing a little bit of hooky. So Tigers lineup: Justin Malloy, Ibanez, Torkelson, Riley Green, Margot, Baez, Keith, Rogers, Kreidler. That is your lineup. And here we have Carlos Rodon. Not quite, Erica. I still have a full-time job. I do work out of a warehouse, and usually I'll work evenings. So it does give me free time during the day to do these live streams, and some free time in the evening to do these play-by-plays. So I'm not there yet, but but that's the goal. That is the goal. So, but here we have Carlos Rodon on the mound. And first pitch is a grounder back to Rodon, and that is out number one. So 1 out now here in the bottom of the first. Yankees defense: Bellinger, Grisham, Judge in the outfield, Cabrera, Volpe, Chisholm Jr., Goldschmidt in the infield, Ben Rice DHing, Austin Wells at the dish. Erica, I got Austin Wells hitting a home run today. That was one of my predictions. I hope you know that. And here we have Ibanez at the plate, and he takes strike one. Here's the pitch from Rodon, and it is a chopper to Volpe. Throws over to first base for out number two. So 2 quick outs here in the bottom of the first. She says, "Hey, Wellsy." Yeah, he's one of my home run predictions. I got him, Judge, and Bellinger going yard today. And here we have Torkelson at the plate. Here's the pitch from Rodon, and it is a ball. So 1 ball, no strikes to Spencer Torkelson. We have 2 outs here in the bottom of the first with nobody on. Swing and a miss. That was a 4-seam fastball, 93 miles per hour. The count now is 1 ball, 1 strike. So we have 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. It's a 1-1 count to Torkelson. Here's the pitch. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Torkelson. Rodon sets. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a strike on an 83 mile per hour slider. So it's a 2-2 count. Will Rodon get his first strikeout of the game? Here's the 2-2. He swings and misses. Strikeout. Boom. So first strikeout of the game for Carlos Rodon. It's a 1-2-3 inning. We are going to the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors. But fast start by Rodon. Looked like he just wanted to get out of there and get it done with. I mean, it's cold right now, so can't blame him. But yeah, quick 1-2-3 inning. Yeah, Rodon with no sleeves. What a beast. Yeah, Rodon with a beard and no sleeves. It's a different Rodon. Dude's crazy. Yeah, dude's crazy. But hey, it's all right. I don't know about you. I like crazy, and I feel like that fits well with the Yankees sometimes. But yes, indeed. But we are in a commercial break right now, and I will be right back. Already. Let me see. Yo, Sco. Yeah, I am planning on going live for the Subway Series for sure. I'm definitely planning on going live for the Subway Series. I can't wait for the Subway Series, but here we are back to the game. And here we have Anthony Volpe at the plate, and he takes a ball. So it's a 1-0 count to Anthony Volpe, who is leading off here in the top of the second. Batting .297 so far this season. And Volpe hits that one into center field, and the play is made for out number 1. And that will bring up Austin Wells. Austin Wells through 8 games, batting .207, 2 home runs, 5 RBIs, an OPS of .832. Let's see how Austin Wells does in this at-bat. And they're showing the Yankees dugout, and those guys are bundled up. And Wells fouls off the first pitch, so 0-1 count to Austin Wells. They got the heater on and everything there in the dugout. Players just trying to stay warm. Here's the 0-1. That is in their first strike. So count now is no balls, 2 strikes to Austin Wells. Here's the 0-2. And Wells fouls that off. So still no balls, 2 strikes to Austin Wells. We have 1 out here in the top of the second. The score is 0-0. My sets. Here's the pitch. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Carlos Rodon. Here's the pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Carlos Rodon. Started off 0-2. Now it becomes 2-2. Let's see what Mize does here. Here's the pitch, and Wells fouls it off. So the count still is 2 balls, 2 strikes to Carlos Rodon. Here's the 2-2. And Rodon or Wells strikes out looking. So first strikeout of the game for Smite. So 1 walk, 1 strikeout for Smite, and that is the second out of the inning. And here we have Trent Grisham, the red-hot Trent Grisham at the plate now, and he takes the ball. So 1 ball, no strike to Trent Grisham. Trent Grisham, like I said, has been on fire this season through 8 games. He's just been absolutely killing the ball. And a swing and a miss by Trent Grisham. The count now is 1 ball, 1 strike. We have 2 outs here in the top of the second. Here's the 1-1. And just misses. So the count now is 2 balls, 1 strike now to Trent Grisham. And we have Oswaldo Cabrera waiting on deck. We have 2 outs here in the inning in the top of the second. And here's the 2-1. And Grisham pops that one out up to the left fielder. And he is there to make the play for out number 3. So no runs, no hits, no errors. We are moving to the bottom of the second. So still a 0-0 game. It is a freezing day in Detroit. The stadium is pretty empty. So let's see what happens here in the bottom of the second. But the game is 0-0, and Carlos Rodon will be back on the mound. Let's see if he can have another easy inning. But folks in the chat, I appreciate everybody tuning in. I hope you're all doing well. Hopefully you're all enjoying this live stream. Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and share this channel out. Let's continue growing this channel. Sorry, folks. I'm just checking something out on my phone real quick. So just answering a message right now. So I actually got a message saying that there was an issue. I'll explain it here momentarily. But we are, oops, wrong screen. There we go. Back to the game here. So it's a 1-0 count to Riley Green. And Riley Green hits that, and it is a foul ball. So 1 strike now to Riley Green. We are here in the bottom of the second. Here's the 1-1. And it's a grounder to the second baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr., who goes over to first for out number 1. So we have 1 out in the inning with Emmanuel Margot now at the plate. And he takes a strike on a 91-mile-per-hour fastball. Rodon sets. Here's the pitch. That is in there for a strike. So a quick 0-2 count on another four-seam fastball to Margot. So it's an 0-2 count to Margot. Let's see if Rodon could get his second strikeout of the game. And as he throws that pitch, it is a ball. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 1 ball, 2 strikes to Margot. Here's the 1-2. Count now is 2 balls, 2 strikes to Margot. I got an email saying that there was a violation because of MLB media. I don't know if it's because of this game cast or because there was an advertisement being played. But I trimmed that part down. So let's see if it becomes a thing, because it wasn't a thing prior. I just thought I'd share that information out with all of you, but that's what I was dealing with during the commercial break. But it's a 2-2 count. Here's the pitch, and Margot fouls it back. So Margot battling. We have 1 out here in the top of the second. Margot at the plate. It's a 2-2 count to Margot. And here's the pitch. And it's a swing and a miss. And it's a strikeout for Carlos Rodon. That is the second strikeout of the game for Carlos Rodon. So 2 outs now here in the inning. And here we have Javier Baez at the plate. Here's the pitch. And that is a ball. So 1 ball, no strike. 2 outs in the inning now. Bottom of the second, Baez is at the plate. 1 ball, no strike. Here's the pitch from Rodon, and that is in there for a strike on an 85-mile-per-hour slider. The count now is 1-1. Baez so far through 6 games, batting .333 with no home runs, 3 RBIs. I think it was a .778 OPS. And Baez fouls that, and it's a 1-2 count. Let's play that horn. Here's the 1-2. And swing and a miss on a changeup. And that is a strikeout for Rodon. And we are going to the top of the third. So 2 strikeouts in that inning for Carlos Rodon. So no runs, no hits, no errors. And we are going to the top of the third. Yeah, so if there's a I think if there's an advertisement once that inning is over, I might have to take the game cast off the screen because I think that's what YouTube was saying I was violating. So I just wanted to share that information. So if it continues becoming a thing, unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to share the game cast. But I think it was just because there was an advertisement playing. So I got to make sure I take it off before it plays a while. So I do apologize. Rodon is dealing. Yes, so far so good for Rodon. 3 strikeouts so far in the game. There's no walks. 0-0. He's looking pretty decent so far. So I'm liking what I'm seeing. Yeah, no, I know that, Jacob. I use it all the time too. YouTube said there was something I violated. I think it just had to do with the commercial that plays after the inning is over. There's an advertisement afterwards. I think that's what it was. So as soon as that comes on, I have to take that off because it happened. YouTube was telling me it happened in the 59th minute, and there was I think it just had to do with it's because of the ads. Exactly. So what's on the DoorDash menu today, Jacob? What do you want to order me, bro? Lunch is on you, bro. You're gonna order me some lunch or what? Who wants to order me some lunch? Petruzzi, you volunteered? Thank you. I never knew you could be so kind, sir. Oh, man. What's up, Li? How's it going? And here we have Oswaldo Cabrera at the plate. And it's an 0-1 count to Cabrera. He's batting .316, 4 RBIs, 697 OPS. Yeah, he hasn't hit a home run yet. And the count now is 1 ball, 1 strike to Oswaldo Cabrera. Here's the 1-1. 1 ball, 2 strikes now. We are here in the top of the third. The score is 0-0. Oswaldo Cabrera at the plate. Ben Rice is waiting on deck. And it's a strikeout for Cabrera. And that is out number 1. So that is Smite's second strikeout of the game. You are correct, Li. Cabrera is the only one on the team that has not hit a homer. You are correct. So we have 1 out here in the inning with Ben Rice at the plate. Here's the pitch to Ben Rice, and he takes a strike on a splitter, 88 mile per hour. Here's the 0-1. And that is in there for a strike. So quick 0-2 count now. And just misses. So count now is 1 ball, 2 strikes. What up, CT Cards? Sweet, Stephen B. And we have Aaron Judge waiting on deck. Here's the 1-2. And Rice hits that to right field, and it goes over the right fielder's head. It drops, and Ben Rice is going for 3. And does he get it? It is a triple for Ben Rice, a 1-out triple. So he has a triple at the moment. Or check the replay. Dang, Jacob. All right. You ain't paying for nothing? Be that way. After all those jokes I let you make towards me, I see how it is. But Ben Rice hit that into right field, went over the right fielder's head. He went 3. Let's see if he is safe. They're saying to check it. No, it doesn't look like they're going to check it. I thought the third baseman pointed to the dugout like, "Hey, check it," but doesn't look like they're going to. So we got a runner on third. It was a triple by Ben Rice, a one-out triple by Ben Rice, and now we have Aaron Judge at the plate. So he is 0 for 1 in today's game, and he takes a strike. Jacob, why are you yelling at me? Oh my God. All in capital letters. Stop yelling at me, Jacob. God. So swing and a miss for Aaron Judge. 0-2 count now. Now I'm going to let you pay for that duck race. Only you. Here's the 0-2. And it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Aaron Judge. So we got a runner on third, 1 out here in the top of the third. And Cody Bellinger is waiting on deck. My sets. Here's the pitch. And count now is 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Yeah, as far as that duck race goes, if Petruzzi drops a duck emoji, I'm definitely like being like, oh, I didn't see you, Petruzzi. I'm sorry. Oh, and Ben Rice just got caught. Oh man, that sucks. Rice was leading off the bag. It was a pitch to Judge and a quick throw over by the catcher, and they get Ben Rice at third base. And now we have 2 outs in the inning. So that is not good. So there was an opportunity there for it to score, but not happening. And Aaron Judge will take a walk. So it is ball 4 to Aaron Judge. And that is the second walk issued by Smite. But a wasted triple. I'll say it like that. And now we have Cody Bellinger, who is 0 for 1 in today's game, with Judge at first base. And Bellinger smacks that, and it's caught by the second baseman for out number 3. So we have 1 hit, no runs, no errors, and it's still a 0-0 game. We are going to the bottom of the third. But how's everybody feeling? Yeah, that was kind of – man, the Yankees had an opportunity, right? They had an opportunity to potentially score a run, but Rice had a triple. That was a great effort by Ben Rice, and then the catcher for the Tigers just caught him sleeping. Yeah, ace, bad base. That was bad. That was just that just killed any opportunity that the Yankees had in that inning. But what are you going to do? I guess you could call it a rookie mistake on Rice's part. I think Carlos Rodon Petruzzi, I think he's from Florida. I'm going to look that up, actually. But I'm pretty sure he's from Florida, if I'm not mistaken. I'm looking it up. Yeah, he's from Miami, Florida. That's what I thought. He's from Miami. So, yeah, he's a Miami guy. But I'm sure he could handle the cold weather. But yeah, here we're back to the game. They're showing Gleyber Torres, who is on the 10-day IL since March 31st with a left oblique strain. So we will not be seeing him in this series, unfortunately. But maybe next time. And there he is, hanging out in the Tigers dugout. Carlos Rodon back on the mound, and he throws a strike to Colt Keith. So it's an 0-1 count to Colt Keith. Here's the 0-1, and just misses. So the count now is 1 ball, 1 strike to Colt Keith, who is batting 174 so far this season. Here's the 1-1. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Colt Keith. So we are here in the bottom of the third. It's a 0-0 game. It's a 2-1 count to Colt Keith. Rodon sets. Here's the pitch. And that is in there for a strike on a 92-mile-per-hour sinker. The count now is 2 balls, 2 strikes. Will Rodon get strikeout number 4 here? Here's the 2-2. Count now is 3 balls and 2 strikes now to Colt Keith. So the count is now full. Rodon sets. Here's the 3-2, and Keith fouls that off. Count is still full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Yeah, Chua. A couple more weeks till the Yankees. Yeah, they're playing. The Yankees and Orioles are playing at the end of the month there, bud. Here's the 3-2. And he struck him out. Let's go. Let's go. That is the 4th strikeout for Carlos Rodon. So strikeout number 4 for Carlos Rodon. So far, so good. So we have 1 out here in the inning with Rogers at the plate, and he takes a ball. Yeah, for that Orioles Yankees series, hopefully I have a special guest coming on for that one. Here's the 1-0. Count now is 2 balls and no strike. So it's a Orioles fan. So hopefully he'll be able to join me for the pregame for one of those games. We talked a little bit earlier this morning. So it'll be a lot of fun. He actually had me on his channel, and we did a recording, and it was a lot of fun. Count now to Rogers is 2 balls, 1 strike. He was asking me, it was about the New York Yankees when I was on with him. He wanted to get my thoughts on it, about the offseason, and asked me what I thought about this upcoming season. He's a really cool guy too. Like I said, he's an Orioles fan, but it's fun talking baseball with him. And it's a 3-1 count now to Rogers. And Ryan Kreidler is waiting on deck. We have 1 out in the inning. 3 balls, 1 strike here in the bottom of the third. And, just gets him. He thought it was a ball. He thought he was going to first base, but the count now is 3 balls, 2 strikes. So another full count here. Does Carlos Rodon get 5 strikeouts? So 3 balls, 2 strikes. Rodon sets. Here's the pitch. And he walks him. That is the first walk issued by Carlos Rodon in today's game. So that is walk number 1. And now we have Kreidler coming to the plate. So a 1-out walk. So now we have a runner on first with 1 out here in the bottom of the third. And Kreidler steps into the batter's box. And he's ready to go. Rodon pointing to his head. And that is ball 1 to Kreidler. So it's a 1-0 count. Thanks, Ray. Thanks for popping in there, bud. Hopefully you're having a good day. And Kreidler shows bunt, but it's 2 balls, no strike now to Kreidler. So 2 balls, no strike to Kreidler. 1 out here in the bottom of the third with a runner on first. Rodon sets. Here's the pitch. So 3-0 now. So 3 balls, no strikes to Carlos Rodon. Rodon sets. Here's the pitch. There's a strike. So count now, 3 balls, 1 strike to Kreidler. Yeah, I should be able to do the play-by-plays for those games there, Chua. So 3 balls, 1 strike here to Kreidler. Here's the pitch from Rodon. That is in there for a strike. So count now is 3 balls, 2 strikes. Let's see if Rodon could get strikeout number 5 here. And Justin Henry Malloy is waiting on deck. Here's the 3-2. And that is ball 4. I thought that was a strike. Rodon did not agree with that call. He is pretty upset. He's arguing with the umpire here. So, yeah, he wasn't happy with that call. I thought it was a strike because I felt like he had a similar pitch to that the umpire called a strike. But ABS system is coming, folks. Yeah, I mean, based on that replay, it looked like that hit the strike zone. So, yeah, so 2 walks, 2 back-to-back walks now for Carlos Rodon. Still have 1 out here in the inning with Malloy coming to the plate. Yeah, Rodon was clearly not happy about that call that was made by the umpire. But Wells went out there to go chat with him. So here we have Malloy, who is 0 for 1 in today's game. So we are back to the top of the order here for the Detroit Tigers. So we have 2 men on with 1 out here in the bottom of the 3rd. The score is 0-0. Rodon sets. Here's the pitch. And that is in there for a strike on a 81-mile-per-hour curveball. So it's an 0-1 count to Malloy. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. 0-2 count now to Malloy. So no balls, 2 strikes. Let's see if Rodon could get strikeout number 5 here. Rodon at 43 pitches so far, folks. Here's the 0-2. That is low for a ball. So the count now is 1 ball, 2 strikes. One ball, 2 strikes to Malloy. Rodon checks second. Here's the pitch. And it is fouled. So still 1-2 count. Runners on first and second here in the bottom of the 3rd. It's a 0-0 game. Rodon sets, checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. And so swing and a miss by Malloy, and that is a strikeout. And that is strikeout number 5 for Carlos Rodon. So he gave up a couple of walks, follows it up with a strikeout, and now we have 2 outs here in the inning. And now we have Ibanez stepping into the plate. He is 0 for 1 in today's game. Rodon sets, checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch, and it's in the dirt. 1-0 count, so 1 ball, no strike to Ibanez, who's 0 for 1 in today's game. Here's the 1-0. Here's the pitch. And Ibanez hits that to left field. It is far, it is high, it is gone. And it's a 3-run home run by Ibanez. And the Tigers have a 3-0 lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. Not what we wanted. But the exit velo 108.9, 376-foot home run. And it's a 3-0 game. 3-0 game. And the Tigers jump out to the lead here in the bottom of the 3rd. Still 2 outs in the inning, so not what we wanted. But and now we have Spencer Torkelson at the plate, and he takes a ball. Here's the 1-0. And Torkelson pops that one up, and it looks like Trent Grisham is right there to make the play for out number 3. But the damage is done, so a 3-run home run on a hit and 2 walks. The Tigers have a 3-0 lead, and we are going to the top of the 4th. It's funny. I predicted that that Rodon would give up a home run and give up 3 runs in today's game. So far, my predictions are coming true. Let's see if he gives up more runs in the game. But yeah, CT Cards, oh boy, is right. Yeah, that inning should have been over. The umpire made a mistake on that call, on one of those walks. So it happens. It happens. That inning should have been over. But damage has been done. Like I said, 1 hit on 3 runs, couple of walks issued in that inning by Carlos Rodon, which one of those walks should have resulted in a strikeout. It was a bad call made by the umpire. This is why, I'm all in favor for the ABS system. After seeing it in spring training and seeing how many of those strikeouts were overturned, we definitely need it. I mean, the umpires certainly make their mistakes, and it is what it is, folks. But we are in a commercial break. We are going to the top of the 4th inning. And it's a 3-0 game. Now the Tigers are in front. Let's see if the Yankees bats can answer here in the top of the 4th. And we are in a commercial break right now, folks. And give me 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Sorry about that, folks. I'm back. Sorry about that. So we have 1 out here in the inning. I did have to step away for a moment. So 1 out here in the inning. Paul Goldschmidt flew out to Kreidler. And now we have Jazz Chisholm Jr. coming to the plate. We have 1 out here in the top of the 4th. The Tigers have a 3-0 lead. And it's strike 1 to Jazz Chisholm Jr., who is 0 for 1 in today's game. What's up, Andrew Dang? What's going on? How are you doing today, Andrew? 0-1, swing and a miss, foul. So 0-2 now. What up, Jesse? How's it going, man? Good to see you, bro. My man from the Ringside Renaissance podcast. If you guys are wrestling fans, make sure you guys go subscribe to the Ringside Renaissance. What's up, Jesse? Count now is 1-2 now to Jazz Chisholm Jr. We have 1 out here in the inning. The Tigers have a 3-0 lead here in the top of the 4th. Here's the 1-2. And it's a swing and a miss. And the catcher will throw over to first base. And we have out number 2 in the inning. And that is the Third strikeout for Smite. So 3 walks, 3 strikeouts, 2 walks so far for Smite. All right, Jesse, that's what's up, man. I appreciate you tuning in. See, if guys like Jesse and I could get along, we could probably solve world peace, man. Jesse's a Red Sox fan. I'm a Yankees fan. We get along great. We could solve world peace, Jesse. But it's an 0-2 count to Anthony Volpe. We have 2 outs here in the inning. And swing and a miss, and Anthony Volpe strikes out, and that'll end the top of the 4th. So no runs, no hits, no errors. That is strikeout number 4 for Smite, and we are going to the bottom of the 4th, and we are in a commercial break. Yeah, Sox are looking good. Sox are looking good, man. They're on a 5-game winning streak. So far, so good for your boys. Shoot, let me look at the schedule. I don't even know when. I know the Yankees and Sox don't meet up. They don't meet up this month. I want to say June is probably when they're going to meet up, but I'm looking at the schedule right now, bro. Nah, CT, Jesse's cool, man. Jesse's a cool dude. He does a really, really good job over there with talking wrestling there with Combat Jones. They have a channel called Ringside Renaissance Podcast. If anybody in here is a wrestling fan, I know I got some wrestling fans amongst some of you. Go check out the Ringside Renaissance. Like I said, Jesse and Combat Jones, they do a really, really good job over there talking wrestling. So, are you getting excited for WrestleMania there, Jesse? We are in a commercial break, so I figured, talk a little bit of wrestling. So while we're in a commercial, yeah, they got some good young talent. Yeah, so mid-June, you're right, man. So mid-June, that looks like beginning of June and then mid-June. So they're gonna play each other twice in June. So one at Yankee Stadium, the other one at Fenway. Let's see. That Gunther and Jimmy Uso stuff was brutal last week. Yeah, bro. It was. I'll be honest, I don't watch wrestling like I used to. I keep up with like the highlights, so I try to keep up with what's going on, but I just don't watch it as much as I used to. But it looks like it's back to being good again, man. Especially with Triple H running things. What's up, D's channel? Yeah, it's a garbage game, but what are you gonna do? But we are back to the game here, and we have Riley Green at the plate. He is 0 for 1 in today's game. He takes a strike. Bottom of the 4th right now. Tigers have a 3-0 lead, and ball in dirt. So 1 ball, 1 strike now to Riley Green. Here's the 1-1. Count now is 2 balls, 1 strike. So mid-June at Fenway, I couldn't get. Are you still going to any of the games, Jesse? I know you're saying you didn't get any decent seats, but are you still going to the game? And I'm sure those tickets are expensive for the decent ones, yeah? But 2 balls, 1 strike. Here's the pitch. And it's fouled off. So count now is even at 2-2. D's channel, I'm doing good. Even though the Yankees are losing, I'm still doing good. It's a beautiful day out here in my area. Sun is out. I cannot complain. Here's the 2-2. Swing and a miss. And that is the 6th strikeout now for Carlos Rodon. So we have 1 out in the inning with Margot coming to the plate. Yeah, it was a nice strikeout. So that is the 6th strikeout of the game for Carlos Rodon. And here we have Margot at the plate. He is 0 for 1 in today's game. And he hits a grounder to Anthony Volpe, throws over to first for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here in the inning. And we have Baez coming to the plate, and he is 0 for 1 in today's game. They were sold out. SeatGeek had crazy resales. I'm going to Orioles at Red Sox on May 25th. Dang, bro. I'm sorry you can't go. Dude, you should maybe try to go to Yankee Stadium. I don't know if you're able to do that. And Baez pops out to Aaron Judge, and it is out number 3. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Carlos Rodon. So a much better inning for him. And now we are going to the top of the 5th. So no runs, no hits, no errors. And we are in a commercial break. Maybe Jesse, maybe you could go to the Yankees Red Sox game in New York, in the Bronx, bro. Your buddy bought you a ticket. Nice there, CT cards. Are you going to go? I hope you're going. I hope you're able to go. Kind of need to feel it out. I feel you, man. Yeah, understood, dude. Understood. But, yep, we are heading to the top of the 5th. It is a 3-0 game. Tigers are in front. Let's see if the Yankees bats can answer back here in the top of the 5th. Let's see if they can get some sort of momentum going. We're in a commercial break right now. I do appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe, share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. Let's continue growing this channel out. And like I said earlier early in the stream, if we get to 50 likes while we're live, I will purchase a membership for someone, and somebody will get a free membership. Looks like right now I am at 24 likes. So 26 more likes to go. And it looks like we are back to the game here. And we have Austin Wells at the plate, and it is snowing in Detroit. And Wells is 0 for 1 in today's game. Mize is back on the mound. And Wells takes a strike. It is an 0-1 count. You got it, Stephen B. We just got to get there. Here's the 0-1. Count now is 1 ball, 1 strike to Austin Wells. My sets. Here's the pitch. And Austin Wells pops that one up. It is far, and it is caught by the left fielder. That ball is traveling pretty good, but just not far enough. And it is out number 1 here in the top of the 5th with Trent Grisham coming to the plate. Trent Grisham, last 5 games, 471 average, 3 home runs, 9 RBIs, a 1585 OPS. Trent Grisham's just been on fire as of late. Let's see what he does here. He is 0 for 1 in today's game. My sets. Here's the pitch to Grisham, and that is in there for a strike. Yeah, it doesn't look like it there, Jesse, but, I remember everybody was saying the torpedo bats. That's why the Yankees are hitting so well, and Grisham hits a line drive to the right field, and he will be at first base with a single. So a 1-out single by Trent Grisham. Yeah, freaking hit that ball hard. Yeah, it was a nice hit. But, torpedo bats or not, man, the players still have to perform. If the torpedo bats were as, I'm sure it's working out for players, but they could still have a bad game after all. So many people were complaining about it. But here's a grounder, and the second baseman will throw over to first, so no opportunity for a double play. So a nice jump there by Grisham. So now we have a runner on second with 2 outs here in the top of the fifth. Ben Rice is coming to the plate, and he is 1 for 1 in today's game. Yeah, the Peds, yeah, Asterix and Profar. He's got an 80-game suspension. That sucks, man, for the Braves. But here we have Ben Rice at the plate. Mize checks second base. Here's the pitch. And it is ball 1 to Ben Rice. Yeah, no doubt, Jesse. There's other players from other teams that are using it too. This isn't just like a Yankees thing. And the count now is 2-0 now. So 2 balls, no strikes to Ben Rice. The Tigers are up 3-0 here in this game in the top of the fifth. We have a runner on second with 2 outs. 2 balls, no strikes to Ben Rice. Here's the pitch. And just misses. So 3 balls, no strikes now to Ben Rice. Yeah, and you know what? Major League Baseball said it's perfectly legal to use those torpedo bats. So, and that is in there for a strike. The count now is 3-1. Aaron Judge is on deck. Let's see if Ben Rice gets the green light here. Here's the pitch. And that is called a strike. Again, I don't know about you all, but I feel like that was another bad call. 3 balls, 2 strikes. It's a full count. I mean, that was a ball. They're going to have to show the strike zone there on the replay. That's a ball. So now we have runners on first and second. So the umpire got that one right. So that is the third walk issued by Smite in this game. Now we have Aaron Judge at the plate. And Judge takes a strike. We got William DeSico in the chat. What up, William? Pinstripe Pride, he says. That's right, man. So no 1-1 count to Judge. And here's the pitch. And Judge, base hit to left field. And that will score a run. Trent Grisham scores. An RBI single by Aaron Judge. And the Yankees are on the board. It's a 3-1 game. We have runners on first and second. Cody Bellinger coming to the plate. All right. All rise for the Judge. The Yankees are on the board, folks. The Yankees are on the board. So love to see it. Now we have Cody Bellinger at the plate, and he takes a ball. So an RBI single by Aaron Judge. It's a 3-1 game now. Bellinger is 0 for 2 in today's game. We have runners on first and second with 2 outs here in the top of the fifth. Smite sets. Here's the pitch. And that is a strike for Cody Bellinger. It's a 1-1 count. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Cody Bellinger. Yankees trying to make a rally here. Bellinger swings and misses. That is a 1-2 count now. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. Mize checks second base. Here's the pitch. And Bellinger fouls it. So still staying alive. Mize right now at 77 pitches. And Paul Goldschmidt is waiting on deck. Mize checks the runner at second. Here's the pitch. And Bellinger fouls that. So making the pitcher work. It's a 1-2 count. Runners on first and second. Runners on first and second, 2 outs. My sets. Here's the pitch. And a swing and a miss, and that will end the inning. But the Yankees do score a run on a single by Aaron Judge. It is a 3-1 game now. So the Yankees are at least on the board. Ace says, bro, I'm shocked Boone is still in this game. Hasn't gotten thrown out yet. Facts, bro. Facts. So that is, let's see. That is the 5th strikeout for Mize in today's game. And we are heading to the top of the 5th. We are in a commercial break. And I will be right back. All right, we are back to the game, and we have Colt Keith at the plate, and he takes a strike. He is 0 for 1 in today's game. He struck out in the 3rd inning. Here's the 0-1. Count now is 0-2, so no balls, 2 strikes to Colt Keith. We are here in the bottom of the 5th. The Tigers have a 3-1 lead. Rodon sets. Here's the pitch. And it's a grounder hit to Anthony Volpe, but he bobbles the ball, or to Cabrera, should I say. Could not get the ball in his hands, and Keith will be at first base. So that should be ruled an error, I would think. And Cabrera's saying, "My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't make that play." Carlos Rodon right now at 60 pitches. So runner on first, and we have Rogers at the plate, and he fouls that pitch off. And Jake Rogers walked into third, scored a run on that 3-run homer. So it's an 0-1 count to Jake Rogers. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Rogers. Let's see if did they rule that an error? They did rule it an error, so it is an error on Oswaldo Cabrera. That's how they got the runner on first. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Rogers. So we are here in the bottom of the 5th with a runner on first. Rogers is at the plate. It's a 2-1 count. Here's the pitch. 3 balls, 1 strike now. That's what's up there, William. Yeah, North Torres or Verdugo equals more hustling. I mean, there is a little bit more hustle with this team. The defense has also improved. I know there was that error by Cabrera, but for the most part through these 9 games, the defense has been a lot better. And that is in there for a strike. The count is now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes for Rogers. Let's see if Rodon could get his 7th strikeout here of the game. Thank you, Chua. I appreciate you. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. Or was it fouled? It was fouled. Oh, okay. It was a foul ball. Looked like he swung through it. And the Tigers have Holton, left-handed pitcher, warming up in the bullpen right now for the Detroit Tigers. Count is still full with a runner on first, nobody out here in the bottom of the fifth. Here's the pitch. Strikeout. See you later. So, fouled off again. I keep thinking he struck out. On deck is Ryan Kreidler. Sorry, folks. I'm not trying to make mistakes here, but my bad. Oh, man. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Rogers. Here's the pitch. And he walks him. All right. So that is the third walk in today's game by Carlos Rodon. So we have runners on first and second again here in this inning. So Kreidler is coming to the plate. He walked back in the third inning and scored a run on that 3-run homer. So Kreidler at the plate. Tigers threatening with runners on first and second. Kreidler shows bunt. He does lay a bunt down. Rodon throws over to first. And he got him out, but that does move the runners over to second and third now. So we have runners on second and third with 1 out at the moment. But that was a nice bunt laid down by Kreidler. And figured that the Yankees were ready for it. But nice play made there at first base. Goldschmidt really had to stretch out for that one. So, well, we have 1 out in the inning. Matt Blake right now talking with Carlos Rodon. So 1 out here in the bottom of the fifth. Runners on second and third. So let's see if Carlos Rodon can get himself out of this inning without giving up any runs. And here we have Malloy at the plate, and he is 0 for 2 in today's game. First pitch from Rodon. That is a ball, so 1 ball, no strikes to Malloy. Yeah, Rodon right now at 70 pitches. So if he could get out of this inning, he could definitely come out for the 6th. That is strike 1 to Malloy. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Malloy. So it's the bottom of the 5th. Runners on second and third with 1 out. And Andy Ibanez is waiting on deck, and a swing and a miss by Malloy. The count now is 1-2. Let's see if Rodon could get his 7th strikeout of the game. It's a 1-2 count to Malloy. Here's the pitch. And it's a ball. So 2 balls, 2 strikes now. So the count is now even. Yeah, I predicted 6 innings for Carlos Rodon. So, but it's 2 balls, 2 strikes to Malloy. Runners on second and third. Rodon sets. Here's the pitch. And Malloy hits that to center field. A run will score. And it'll be a did they get this? Oh my God. So 2 runs score. But it's a 5-1 game now. I didn't think that second runner scored. I thought they had him out, but the umpire said safe. Yeah, Malloy hit that ball to center field. It dropped in front of Grisham. Let's see the replay. Oh, yeah, he's safe. So, wow. What a great hustle right there to get that second run in. I got to kudos to that. So it's a 5-1 game now. It could have been 2 outs if it wasn't for the error made there by Cabrera. So, but Rodon having a little bit of a rough outing here, so a rough inning. So the Tigers do put on 2 more runs. But that was just good hustling right there by the Tigers to get that 5th run in. So the count now is 1 ball, 1 strike. So 1 out in the inning. We have Andy Ibanez, who hit that 3-run homer in the 3rd. It's a 5-1 game now. And Ibanez swings and misses. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes. So 5 runs, 4 earned runs allowed on 2 hits by Carlos Rodon. Ibanez calls time as he steps back into the batter's box. So the count is 1 ball, 2 strikes with a runner on first with 1 out. The Tigers have a 5-1 lead. The count now is 2 balls, 2 strikes now. Two balls, 2 strikes, and that pitch is fouled back. Yeah, I mean, he gave up that 3-run homer, which was unfortunate. I mean, he was pitching good up until that point, until he gave up that homer. But we also got to remember, and I'm not trying to make excuses here, but we also got to remember the umpire made a mistake on that call that should have been strike 3, so that kept the inning alive. And then there was an error made in this inning by Cabrera, so. It is what it is. And here's a grounder hit, and this could be 2. And they were able to get the 1 out at second. Runner is safe at first, so we have 2 outs in the inning now. Two outs in the inning with a runner on first, and that'll bring up Torkelson to the plate. And he is 0 for 2 in today's game. Here's the pitch. And Torkelson fouls that. So 0-1 count to Spencer Torkelson. He is 0 for 2 in today's game. He struck out and flew out. Here's the 0-1. Swing and a miss. Let's play that 2-strike horn. Rodon get his 7th strikeout of the game. Here's the pitch, and it is a 1 ball, 2 strike count to Torkelson. 2 outs in the inning with a runner on first. Here's the pitch. And did he go around? Yes, he did. And that is a strikeout. Strikeout number 7. But the Tigers do a little bit more damage. They do get 2 more runs. It is a 5-1 game. As we move to the top of the 6th. So we are about an hour and hour and 20 minutes into the game. We're an hour and a half into today's live stream. So I do appreciate everybody tuning in. Make sure you all hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you're new to this channel. Share this channel out with everybody you know. Let's continue growing this channel out. I would greatly appreciate it. We are in a commercial break. So let's see what the Yankees, if they have any answer here in the top of the 6th. I mean, game is not over yet, but it's slowly dwindling down, right? So hopefully they can make something happen. Yeah, Andrew, things happened. That's what happened. Jared says, yo, my Red Sox played the Blue Jays, who just extended Vladdy. And yes, indeed, Jared. Yes, indeed. Yeah, only gave up 2 hits. I mean, he only gave up 2 hits. It's just, there was that bad call by the umpire that led to that 3-run home run. And then an error made by Cabrera, which, they put 2 more runs there. So, oh my God, it's just, yeah. When things don't go your way, they don't go your way. What are you going to do? Yeah, you did call 7 strikeouts. You did. I called 6. So you beat me in the prediction department. So here we have around the majors. Vladdy, as you all know, agreed to an extension, 14 years, $500 million. The San Francisco Giants are 8-run record this season. They lead MLB in best since 2003. They and the Pirates re-added the Roberto Clemente logo to the wall, which, real quick, if you guys didn't know, Roberto Clemente's, I think it was his son or somebody in the family that said that they removed the logo off the wall at PNC Park and without any warning, didn't let the family know, and the family was pissed. Personally, I thought that was ridiculous. I think that was disgraceful what the Pirates did. You don't do that to a legend like Clemente. That guy was a legend in the sport, but I'm glad that they made the right decision to put the logo back on the wall. So good on the Pirates. They shouldn't have done that in the first place. So just saying. What up, David? David Cohen is in the building. What's up, David? But it's a 1-2 count to Paul Goldschmidt. And Goldschmidt hits a grounder to the second baseman. And he throws over to first for out number 1 here in the top of the 6th. Yeah, Rodon actually is pitching a good game. It's just, unfortunately, again, there was a bad call made by the umpire that led to that 3-run home run. And then an error made by Cabrera, which cost the Yankees there in the bottom of the 5th. And here we have Jazz Chisholm Jr., and he fouls that ball off. It's an 0-1 count to Jazz Chisholm Jr. But Rodon, for the most part, I mean, he's pitching a good game. I mean, 7 strikeouts, issued 3 walks. One of them, it should have been 8 strikeouts, but hey. But here's the 0-1 to Jazz Chisholm, and he fouls that. So count now is 0-2. CT cards, yeah, he does. I agree with you. I feel like he does try too hard, and he doesn't have to. He really doesn't have to. So Jazz Chisholm Jr. does call time. What's your question there, Chua? Go ahead and drop your question. So 1 out here in the top of the 6th. It's an 0-2 count. Here's the pitch. And Jazz strikes out for out number 2. And that is the 6th strikeout for Smite in this game. So we have 2 outs here in the inning. Anthony Volpe is at the plate. And he is 0 for 2 in today's game. Here's the pitch to Volpe. That is a ball. So 1-0 count. So 6 strikeouts, 3 walks for Smite. It's a 1-0 count. And Volpe pops one up to Kreidler, and he is there to make the play for out number 3. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. We are going to the bottom of the 6th. And we are in a commercial break. Why do I like the Yankees that I used to live in New York? Yes, I was born and raised in New York. I was surrounded by, my brothers who were big-time Yankees fans, and a lot of the folks that I grew up with in New York, especially around my neighborhood, there was just a lot of Yankees fans. Started watching their games, and that's how I became a fan. So, were you born in Baltimore there, Chua? I don't think you were, because I know you're an Orioles fan. I feel like you said you were born in California, but I could be wrong. Nosebleed saying Jazz K rate is too high, around 45%. Yeah, that's bad. That those strikeout numbers need to come down for sure. Yeah, if it's 45%, that's ridiculous. Oh, Belly will heat up when the weather heats up. Yeah, I think Belly will be fine. I think Belly will be fine. Chua, oh, you were born in California. Interesting. So then, how did you become an Orioles fan? Because you got baseball teams in California that you could root for. So what's your backstory on that? Let me know, man. But we are still in a commercial break here, folks. The Yankees are losing 5-1. Bottom of the sixth here. We'll begin here shortly. So looks like we are going back to the game. Game should start here shortly. Carlos Rodon is back on the mound. So they do have Ottavino warming up in the bullpen. So Ottavino was DFA'd, and then the Yankees brought him back. So, the Yankees do need a fresh arm. I think that's the reason why they brought him back. So the Yankees bullpen right now is still incomplete. They're going to get some reinforcements coming back. Ian Hamilton will be back. Jake Cousins, he was put on the 60-day IL. Not sure when he's coming back. Loaizaga should be coming back around May or June. So, some good arms coming back, hopefully, for the New York Yankees. And we are in the bottom of the sixth, and Green is at the plate. It's a 2-0 count, and he takes a strike there on a changeup. So it's 2 balls, 1 strike here for Green, who is 0 for 2 in today's game. Margot is waiting on deck. It's a 2-1 count here in the bottom of the sixth. Tigers have a 5-1 lead. And Green fouls that off. The count now is 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Green. I think so, David. I think so. I think they're, they've been hitting the ball hard. They're just missing, man. My boy Gusto in the building. So it's a full count now to Green. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes. What's up, Gusto? How you feeling, man? Did you have to kick anybody out your job today or what? Or was everybody behaving? And Green fouls that off, so still staying alive. Rodon is at 91 pitches, so it's safe to say this will be his last inning if he can get out. Hopefully, he's able to get out of this inning and able to go 6 innings. Here's the 3-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Boom. So that is the 8th strikeout for Carlos Rodon. So Rodon getting a lot of strikeouts this game. He's getting those strikeouts. Just giving up those runs is just unfortunate. And here we have Margot at the plate, and he takes a strike on a 4-seam fastball. Yeah, 8 strikeouts for Rodon. Did you have to kick anybody out, Gusto? And Margot hits a grounder to Jazz Chisholm Jr. for out number 2. So 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. Stephen B at work slacking. Uh-oh. Don't let your bosses find out there, buddy. And here we have Javi Baez at the plate. He is 0 for 2 in today's game, and he takes a ball. Not yet, but the day is young. Facts, Gusto. I want to see a video of you kicking people out. Here's the 1-0. And Baez gets through the infield, ball goes to left, And he is on there for a single. So it's a 1-out or it's a 2-out single for Baez. Yeah, Ace, I was just talking about that here on my channel just now, bro. It's like Rodon is actually pitching a good game. It's just a freaking ump of defense screwed him today, man. It's frustrating, bro. And here we have Colt Keith at the plate. He is 0 for 2 in today's game. We have a runner on first with 2 outs. And Baez is picked off. Oh, he picked him off. That should be out number 3. Baez is arguing about what? I don't know, but let's see. Let's see. Baez is saying he's safe, but oh, they're arguing that he blocked the plate. Yeah, this might get overturned. His foot was blocking the plate. Yeah, he's safe. I think that call is going to get overturned. So, but good job by Rodon. It just didn't work out. Frustrating. But we are in a challenge replay right now, folks. One guy around mid-50s made the mistake of yelling at my 15-year-old daughter. Yeah, you don't do that. Yeah, I wish some. I don't have any daughters, but if some dude in his mid-50s yelled at my niece, game on, dude. Let's go. Oh, so they called it upheld. Okay, so Baez got picked off. Interesting. So 3rd out, going to the top of the 7th. Yeah, I thought he might have been safe because either one, the tag wasn't made, or because the foot was blocking the bag. I don't know, but because I know there's like rules now when you're for blocking the base paths or whatever. So yeah, Rodon giving up. Yeah, he gives us 6 innings, 6 innings pitch, 5-run ball. I mean, again, I think. I think that if it wasn't for that bad call by the umpire, and then if it wasn't for the for that error made by Cabrera, this game would be a lot closer, man. So I mean, a couple of outside factors didn't work out for Rodon. So, or else he's pitched a good game. I mean, 8 strikeouts, 3 walks. That's a solid outing by Rodon. Oh, ABS system is needed. I'm all for the old school and all that fun stuff, but the ABS system is needed. You did call 6. I called 6 too. I did call 6 innings. I definitely called 6 innings. And I did say 3 walks. I'm pretty sure I said 3 walks. So I was right on the walks. I was off by 2 on the strikeouts. So Chua says, my backstory is that one day my former teacher and her husband went to Orioles game and I followed them on MLB. Okay. And here we have Boone talking with the umpire about something. They're arguing about something. Let's see if Boone gets his first ejection of the season. Yeah, they're arguing about something. I don't know about what. Maybe it's the strikeout call or the mistake that the umpire made earlier. Yeah, Boone. All right, well, Boone doesn't get ejected right now, so he's going back to the dugout. Thank goodness. Shockingly, he has not been ejected this season. So, and now we have Tyler Holton pitching alert. Tyler Holton taking over pitching duties for the Detroit Tigers. He's a left-handed pitcher. Looks like he's going up against Trent Grisham. And here's the first pitch, and that is a ball. So 1-0 count to, or Austin Wells, should I say? Not Trent Grisham. I saw a mustache. Sorry. And McKinstry's taking over outfielding duties. So 1-0 count, and here's the 1-0. And Austin Wells hits that for a base hit to center field, and he is on there for a single. So we have a man on first. Yeah, Mize actually had himself a good game. I mean, he only gave up the run. He struck out 6, walked 3. So Boone talking with umpires. So I think it has something to do with the player change. I don't know. They were going over something with the papers. I have no idea. But Boone is still in the game. He has not been ejected. Now we have Trent Grisham, the other guy with the mustache, at the plate. So we have a runner on first with nobody out. Grisham shows butt. And it is ball 1 to Trent Grisham. So runner on first, nobody out. Top of the 7th. Trent Grisham, 1 for 2 in today's game. Had a single in the 5th. Also scored a run on an RBI by Aaron Judge. And Grisham hits that to center field. The center fielder's running back to the warning track, makes the play for out number 1. And Austin Wells runs back to first base. Grisham hit that ball hard, but the ball was traveling. The center fielder running back made the play, made at the warning track. So we have out number 1 here in the top of the 7th. And Oswaldo Cabrera is at the plate, and he takes the ball. Cabrera is 0 for 2 in today's game, the only player who has not yet hit a home run. 1-0 count. Count now is 1 ball, 1 strike now to Oswaldo Cabrera. Here's the pitch. That is called a ball. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Oswaldo Cabrera. And Vest is warming up in the bullpen for the Dodgers, right-handed pitcher, or the Tigers. Here's the 2-1. 3 balls, 1 strike now. So 3 balls, 1 strike to Oswaldo Cabrera. With a runner on first, 1 out. The Tigers are leading this game 5-1. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and it's a full count now. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to Oswaldo Cabrera. Let's see what Holton does here. Let's see what pitch he throws. He checks first base. Here's the pitch, and it is fouled back. Count is still full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. And Ben Rice is waiting on deck. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to Oswaldo Cabrera. Holton sets. He checks the runner at first. Here's the pitch. And Oswaldo Cabrera still staying alive. Gusto says, like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate you, my guy. It's a 5-1 game here in the top of the 7th with 1 out. Runner on first. Full count to Oswaldo Cabrera. Here's the pitch from Holton. And another foul ball. So Oswaldo Cabrera battling hard. So a good at-bat for Oswaldo Cabrera, making the pitcher work. Holton sets. Here's the pitch. And line back, and an opportunity for a double play, and they get the double play here. So it's an ending double play. So no runs. They do get a hit. No errors. So going to the bottom of the seventh, it is the seventh inning stretch. And I will be right back. Don't go nowhere. All right. So we are back to the game, and shockingly, Rodon is still out there. I didn't think he was going to be back for the bottom of the seventh, but here we are, folks. Bottom of the seventh. He's at 96 pitches, so interesting. But here we have Colt Keith at the plate, and he takes a strike. He is 0 for 2 in today's game. Count now is 1 ball, 1 strike. Yeah, I'm not sure why Carlos Rodon is back in the game. But okay. But it's 1 ball, 1 strike to Colt Keith. Rodon sets. Here's the pitch. And that is low. Count now is 2-1. Yeah, the offense absolutely has to wake up, man. It's bats have not done their job this in today's game. So it's a 2-2 count. So count is even at 2 balls, 2 strikes to Keith. Chua, my favorite Yankees player is Bernie Williams. He is number 51 is my favorite player. And that is fouled off. So it's a 2-2 count to Carlos Rodon. He has 8 strikeouts, 3 walks in today's game. Let's see if he could get strikeout number 9 here. Here's the pitch. Count is full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes to Carlos Rodon or to Colt Keith. So here's the 3-2. And it's a grounder, and it's a base hit, or a base hit, should I say, a single to left field. So they have lead runners on. And now we have Rogers coming to the plate, and that will do it now for Carlos Rodon as Aaron Boone is walking towards the mound. Rodon, Carlos Rodon being taken out of this game, so due up, it will be Rogers, Kryler, and Malloy. And Boone will take the ball away from Rodon as he makes his way to the dugout. It wasn't an ideal outing for Rodon. I mean, look, he had 8 strikeouts, 3 walks. Those are good numbers. It sucks that he gave up that 3-run home run, but there was a mistake made by the umpire, which should have been a third strike, but he called it ball 4, which led to that 3-run home run eventually. And then there was the error made in the 5th inning by Cabrera, and they were able to get 2 more runs there. So things that were outside of Rodon's control, unfortunately. I think he did everything right for the most part, but it's just, if it's just not your game, it's not your game. Sometimes it happens, folks. But let me know what you think. I want to get your thoughts as well. But not an ideal game for the Yankees. They're going to have to really bounce back in these next 2 games. And, these next 2 games, they got some tough pitching matchups. They got Tarek Skubal, right? Even though Tarek Skubal is off to a slow start, he's got an 0-2 record with a 5.91 ERA. But I say still, you got to be ready for him. And then Jack Flaherty, who's been pitching well, his ERA, I believe, is in the low 2s. So, the Yankees got to step it up in these next 2 games. The bats absolutely have to step up as well. Andrew Dank says these early games, I think, are tiring out the Yankees, which sucks given the time zone schedule change all of a sudden because we're originally. Yeah, I mean, that may have thrown them off their groove as well. I mean, they got to travel different time zone. Then all of a sudden there was a time change to the games because of inclement weather or what have you. But what are you going to do? They still have to go out there and play, but just things kind of working against them. But we're back to the game, and we have Adam Ottavino, who the Yankees signed back yesterday, is back with the team. So hello, Adam Ottavino again. Hello, old friend. But we do have a runner on first right now. It's an 0-1 count. So count now is 1-1. All right, Gusto, thanks for checking in, dude. And we'll see you again soon, bro. So we have a runner on first as he takes the lead off of first base. Here's the pitch from Ottavino. And it's a 1-2 count to Rogers. So Rodon is responsible for the runner on first. And we got a user joining us from Twitter. What's going on? What's up? Let me check Kick here and see if there's anybody. Doesn't look like it. So the count now is 2 balls, 2 strikes to Rogers. So runner on first, bottom of the 7th. Adam Ottavino taking over pitching duties for Carlos Rodon. 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. And count is now full. So 3 balls, 2 strikes for Rogers. Rogers walked twice in today's game. Ottavino throws over to first, checks on the runner. Runner on first takes a big lead. Ottavino sets, and here's the pitch. First baseman goes, and it's a strikeout, or should I say foul ball. And the runner will go back to first. Attempted to steal, but fouled back by Rogers. So the count is 3-2. I don't know, Chua. Zach Gallen's a tough pitcher, man. He did some work against the Yankees. Y'all are going to have your hands full. And the runner will go, and here's the pitch, and that is ball 4. So the third walk for Rogers. So Yankees are in a little bit of trouble here again. So runners on first and second with nobody out as Kreidler is coming to the plate. He had a walk, a sac bunt, and a run. Ottavino checks second. Here's the pitch and a bunt attempt by Kreidler, and it is a strike, so it's an 0-1 count. So no balls, 1 strike. So we have 2 men on here in the bottom of the 7th with nobody out. The Tigers have a 5-1 lead. And another bunt attempt, but it is called a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Andrew, I wouldn't necessarily call the Nationals weak. I wouldn't sleep on the Nationals. They actually have a pretty decent team, dude. I wouldn't call them weak. I wouldn't sleep on the Nationals. That's just me, though. And that pitch is in there for a strike on a 78-mile-per-hour sweeper. So the count now is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Kreidler. Let's see if Ottavino can get a strike here. We have runners on first and second with nobody out. Ottavino sets. Here's the pitch. And he struck him out on a swing and a miss. And that is out number 1. So 1 out here in the inning. Ottavino gets his first strikeout of the game. And Matt Blake is coming out to talk with Ottavino, so we do have a little bit of a mini break. And here we have Tim Hill warming up in the bullpen for the New York Yankees. So a small mini break here, and we are – Kerry Carpenter is actually pinch hitting for Malloy, it looks like. So Matt Blake, the infield, Austin Wells, all out there talking with Adam Ottavino. Well, while we're waiting, let me see if I can see how many likes I have. Hopefully I can see it. Let's see. So 28 likes. So there needs to be 22 more likes for me to give a free membership. So if there's 22 people out there that have not liked this stream yet, make sure you like this stream. If I get 22 more likes while we're live, I will gift a free membership. And it's an 0-1 count to Carpenter. We have 1 out here in the inning with 2 runners on, first and second, bottom of the 7th. Pitch outside. The count is 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike to Carpenter, who is pinch hitting in today's game. The Orioles have a 5-1 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the 1-1. That is in there for a strike on a 92-mile-per-hour sinker. Let's see if Ottavino could get his second strike of the game. Carpenter's ready. Ottavino's ready, and Carpenter will call time as he steps out of the batter's box to reset. It is 1 ball, 2 strikes to Carpenter. And Carpenter steps back into the batter's box as he is ready to go. Here's the 1-2. Outside. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Did I say Orioles? I must have been thinking Orioles because I was talking Orioles with you. But 2-2 count. Here's the pitch. That is low. 3 balls, 2 strikes to Carpenter. Let's see what happens here. Can Ottavino get a strikeout? If he gets a strikeout, that would be huge. A double play would be great here for the Yankees to get out of this inning. Runners on first and second with one out, and Ottavino scares a runner at second. Now he's about to step back in. Fans are booing. Ottavino sets. Here's the pitch and walks him. So the bases now are loaded, folks, with one out. And Ottavino could not strike him out. And Ibanez comes to the plate now. So Tigers once again threatening here. And actually, it's going to be a pinch hit situation. So let's see what Boone does. So Boone is coming out. He's probably going to bring. That should bring in Tim Hill, who was warming up in the bullpen. And the Tigers do have a pinch hitter. So Ottavino will go to the dugout now. He is pulled out of today's game. That will bring in Tim Hill. So Yankees have a 5-1, or the Yankees are losing 5-1 against the Detroit Tigers. We do have a pitching change, and we are in a commercial break. Do appreciate everybody hanging out. We are pretty much 2 hours into today's game, a little over 2 hours into this live stream. So I appreciate everybody tuning in and hanging out. So it's greatly appreciated. I have over 100 people from all social media outlets checking out this live stream. So it is greatly appreciated. If you're watching this on Twitter, go to my homepage, hit that link, and hit that subscribe button on YouTube and join in on the fun, folks. Yeah, the stadium is quiet. I mean, it's cold. It's a freezing day out there in Detroit. There might be just Yankees fans that even live in Detroit, man. Yankees fans are everywhere. They're all over the country. They live all over the country. And you got fans in other countries. So I mean the Yankees are international, not only national, but they're international too. So they're well known. But looks like we are getting back to the game. Let me get this game cast up. I always take it down. Anytime there's like an ad playing now, I gotta make sure I take it down right away, so I don't get dinged for it. But here we have Tim Hill on the mound. Trey Sweeney steps into the batter's box, so it's a lefty versus lefty matchup. The bases are loaded with one out. The Yankees desperately need to get out of this inning. And here's the first pitch by Tim Hill. And they do have a double play opportunity. Nope. Oh, they do get the out at second, but a run will score. It's going to be a 6-1 game. Looked like a kind of a bad throw by Jazz. He tosses it, but it was out of range for Volpe, who had to reach for it. But they get the runner out on second. A run does score. It's a 6-1 game. Now we have runners on first and third. So a bad toss there by Jazz Chisholm Jr. They had an opportunity there for a double play, but certainly blew it. So it's 6-1 game. So we have runners on first and third with two outs now. And we have Torkelson at the plate. It's a 1-0 count to Torkelson, who was 0 for 3 in today's game. And Brisky is warming up for the Detroit Tigers. And it's a right-handed pitcher. That is in there for a strike. The count is 1-1. So 1-1 now to Torkelson. Base, we have runners on first and third with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. And it's a grounder hit back to Tim Hill. Tosses it to Paul Goldschmidt for out number 3. And that'll end the 7th. But the Yankees do give up a run here. And it is 6-1 Tigers now. We are going to the top of the 8th. So was hoping that they wouldn't score another run, but unfortunately it was just they could have turned a double play, but it was just a bad toss there by Jazz Chisholm. But just things not going the Yankees' way today, folks. Just things not going the Yankees' way. Hopefully, again, they could turn it around in these next 2 games. It's going to be very necessary. Don't want them losing a series or getting swept. So, well, we are going to the top of the 8th. We are in a commercial break right now. Let's see how many likes I have. I'm going to check how many likes I got. Let's see. So we're at 31 likes, people. 31 likes. Can we get 19 more likes? Are there 19 people out there that have not liked the stream yet? Are there 19 people that haven't subscribed and haven't liked this live stream yet? So let's try to get 19 more on YouTube while we're live. If we get 19 more, I will gift a membership. So we'll see who receives that free membership. But yeah, it's not a good game for the Yankees. Just things not going right for them whatsoever. The bats have been extremely quiet. Again, Carlos Rodon, pitched a good game despite things working against him that were outside of his control. And the game should resume here. Or showing the replay of Ben Rice's triple, which was wasted, unfortunately, because then he got picked off. He's caught sleeping. But Baez will take over at third base. Sweeney takes over at shortstop, so former Yankee player Trey Sweeney. And here we have Ben Rice at the plate, and he takes a ball. So Brisky's in the game today, taking over pitching duties for the Detroit Tigers. And my boy, Mr. Instigator, a.k.a. Rodney, is in the building. What's up, Rodney? And he just gifted a membership. Max Coverage TV is the recipient of that membership. So a round of applause for Mr. Rodney. Got to give a round of applause to my guy, Rodney. Thank you so much. Always very generous. Always very generous. So Max Coverage TV is the recipient of that membership. And we have 1 out here in the top of the 8th as Ben Rice grounded out. Aaron Judge is stepping to the plate. He is 1 for 2 in today's game. The Tigers are up 6-1 against the Yankees here in the top of the 8th. And here's the pitch to Judge, and that is in there for a strike. What's up, Rodney? How you feeling, man? What's up to my guy, Rodney? Here's the 0-1. Ball in the dirt. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike now. So top of the 8th inning here. Tigers have a 6-1 lead with 1 out. Aaron Judge is at the plate. Here's the 1-1. And Judge hits one. It's a pop-up. And who makes the play? And the catch is made by Keith for out number 2. So 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. So the Yankees have 2 outs here in the inning. Cody Bellinger is at the plate. He is 0 for 3 in today's game. And Brisky's pitch to Bellinger, it is fouled. So 0-1 count to Cody Bellinger. 0 for 3 game for Bellinger. So fly out, line out, strikeout for Cody. Yeah, they're gonna have to shake it out there, man. What up, Dev Finch? Dev Finch is in the building. What's up, Dev? So it's an 0-1 count to Bellinger. Here's the pitch. 1 ball, 1 strike now to Cody Bellinger. Here's the 1-1. That is in there for a strike. So the count now is 1 ball, 2 strikes. We have 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. It's 1 ball, 2 strikes to Cody Bellinger. Tigers have a 6-1 lead. Bellinger steps out of the box. And we were back into action. Here's the 1-2. And Bellinger hits that and picked up by the shortstop, and he is safe. Sweeney throws over to first to Torkelson, but Bellinger is safe to keep the inning alive as Paul Goldschmidt would step up to the plate. So it was a grounder hit to Sweeney, but Bellinger hustled hard down the first base line, and he is safe at first base. So we have a runner on first with 2 outs now with Goldschmidt at the plate. And Goldschmidt fouls the first pitch, and it is strike 1. So it's an 0-1 count to Paul Goldschmidt, who is 1 for 3 in today's game. Here's the 0-1. Count now is 1 ball, 1 strike. So Yankees still keeping this inning alive on a single by Cody Bellinger. It's a 1-1 count to Goldschmidt. Here's the pitch. And Goldschmidt hits that, and he hits a ball into left field, and it's a single for Paul Goldschmidt. So the Yankees trying to get something going here in the bottom of the 8th or top of the 8th as they have runners on first and second now. And that should bring up Jazz Chisholm Jr. to the plate. And he is 0 for 3 in today's game. He struck out twice and flew out. So let's see if the Yankees can make another comeback and try to tie this game up like they did yesterday in the loss against the Pirates. But never know what's going to happen as Jazz Chisholm Jr. takes a ball. Dee's channel, thank you so much. Trust me, calling this game right now, it's hard for me, especially when the Yankees are losing. And that is in there for a strike. The count is 1-1. But I appreciate having you on here at Dee's channel. I love having you on here. One count to Jazz. And Jazz hits a grounder to the second baseman. And, he throws it over the first baseman's head. That should score a run. And it is a 6-2 game now. We have runners on first and third. So the inning is still alive. We have runners on first and third. Second baseman throws it over his head. It was way off from the first baseman. The first baseman had zero chance of making a catch on that. It was just a very bad throw. He did bobble the ball a little bit, and Jazz was jetting down the first base line. I was like, he's going to be safe, but or at least it would have been close. But the second baseman threw it way out of the first baseman's reach, which now makes it a 6-2 game. So we have runners on first and third now with Volpe at the plate. So it's gotten to be a little bit of an interesting inning here. We'll see if Volpe can still keep the top of the eighth inning alive. So the Yankees are trailing by 4 now. So let's see what Anthony Volpe does with this at bat. We have runners on first and third with 2 outs, still the top of the eighth. It's a 6-2 game. Let's see what the Yankees do here. And Volpe takes a strike. It's an 0-1 count to Anthony Volpe. Here's the 0-1. And the runner goes. And a stolen base for Jazz Chisholm Jr. So we have runners on second and third now. So stolen base for Jazz Chisholm. Runners on second and third with 2 outs. It's a 1-1 count to Anthony Volpe. It's a high fly ball to right field. And catch is made for out number 3. But the Yankees do score a run here, so on an error. So the Tigers have 2 errors in today's game. And we are going to the bottom of the 8th, folks. Bottom of the 8th. Yeah, this game, Volpe's struggling in this game. It's not just Volpe though. I mean, it's the offense as a whole has been struggling. So not what we want to see, but it is what it is, folks. But we are in a commercial break, and then when we come back, it'll be the bottom of the 8th. So we'll see if the Yankees can at least try to make it a 1-2-3 inning without giving up any runs. But, folks, we are at 34 likes on this live stream. So if we get 16 more, we will be at 50. And if we get to 50 while we are live, I will gift a free membership. So if anybody has not hit that like button yet, make sure you all do hit that like button. Let's get to 50, and I will gift a free membership. Greatly appreciate it. But it's a 6-2 game right now, folks, and the Yankees are trailing by 4 now. And bottom of the 8th is coming up. The game is slowly winding down. We are over 2 hours into the live stream, over 2 hours into this Yankees-Tigers game. Things not exactly working out in the Yankees' favor, unfortunately. Just nothing working out for them. But how's everybody feeling today? How's everybody's day going? Hopefully you're all at least having a good Monday outside of, the Yankees losing this game right now. But it looks like we are heading back to the game here. And Tim Hill is on the mound. And here's the pitch. And that is in there for a strike against Riley Green, who is 0 for 3 in today's game. He struck out twice and grounded out. Here's the 0-1. That is a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike now to Riley Green. Here's the 1-1. That is fouled off. Count now is 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Riley Green. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch, and struck him out. Swing and a miss. And that is 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. So we have 1 out here in the bottom of the 8th. With McKinstry coming to the plate now. And he takes a strike. So 0-1 count to Zach McKinstry. Here's the 0-1. And McKinstry hits it to left field, and he is on there with a single. So it's a 1-out single for McKinstry. So the Tigers have one man on. And tomorrow's pitching matchup should be Carlos Carrasco versus Tarek Skubal, which should make for an interesting matchup. Carrasco looked pretty decent in his first game as a starter. And Herder and Canely warming up now for the Detroit Tigers, former Yankee Tommy Canely, a.k.a. Tommy Tight Pants. And here we have Javi Baez at the plate, and he takes a ball, so it's a 1-0 count. Hill sets. Here's the pitch, and it's a chopper to Tim Hill, and throws over to first, and he does get the out. The runner on first does move to second, so we have 2 outs here in the inning. So 2 outs, runner on second, 6-2 game, bottom of the 8th. A good throw made there by Tim Hill as he slipped too. So it's wet out there in Detroit due to the weather, but it looks like the skies have like opened up. It doesn't look as cloudy. It looks like there's a little bit of sunshine out there as Colt Keith is coming to the plate. He is 1 for 3 in today's game. And here's the first pitch, and Hill or Keith grounds out. Oh. So what happened here? So Jazz threw it over to first. It was out of Goldschmidt's reach. He made the catch, and they said he was out, but looked like the play was resuming. So looks like it's 3 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. That was really confusing. Let's see. They're showing the replay. Yeah, he was clearly out. Made the catch, stepped on the bag, and he was out. So on to the top of the 9th we go, unless something changes after the commercial break. But that was a little bit weird. But as of right now, it's 3 outs. We're going to the top of the 9th. Yankees have one last chance to either tie the game or try to lead and try to take the game into the bottom of the 9th. But, again, you never know what happens in baseball. So it's a 6-2 game, though, and the Yankees are down. So they have one last chance to make any sort of comeback. So we are in a commercial break right now. And once again, I will be right back. All right. So looks like we are back to the game. So former Yankee Tommy Canely is taking over pitching duties here as he looks to close out the game for the Detroit Tigers. So He will be pitching against his former team. What up, Sco? How's it going, man? So we know what Canley's going to throw. And here we have Austin Wells leading off the top of the ninth. Here's the first pitch from Canley, and it is in their first strike on, guess what? A changeup. So the count is 0-1 to Austin Wells. He is 1 for 3 in today's game. Canley sets. Here's the pitch. That was a fastball. So 1 ball, 1 strike for Austin Wells. Yankees are losing 6-2 here in the top of the ninth. The Yankees have last chance here to make a comeback, and a swing and a miss by Austin Wells. So it's 1 ball, 2 strikes now to Austin Wells. Umpire saying, let's go. He's trying to go home. It is freezing out there. Here's the 1-2. And Austin Wells struck out looking. That is out number 1 in the top of the ninth. So Yankees have 2 more outs. So tomorrow's game is at 1:10. Wednesday's game is at 1:10, folks, in this Tiger series. And the Yankees have a day off on Thursday before going back to the Bronx to host the San Francisco Giants on Friday. So here we have Trent Grisham, who is 1 for 3 in today's game. And it's a 1-0 count to Trent Grisham. Here's the 1-0. Count now is 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes. Sco, I generally don't do post games. Maybe it's something I will do in the future. But as of right now, I'm not doing them. Here's the 2-0. 2 balls, 1 strike now to Trent Grisham. But I might start doing post games. We'll see. Swing and a miss. So count now is 2 balls, 2 strikes now to Trent Grisham. The count is now even. Canley sets. Here's the pitch. And Grisham pops that one up. And Baez will make the play for out number 2. And the Yankees are 1 out away. And Oswaldo Cabrera is stepping into the plate. Tigers have a 6-2 lead here as they look to close this game out. And it's 1 ball, no strike to Oswaldo Cabrera. Cabrera's 0 for 3 in today's game. So here's the pitch. And that is a strike. Count now is 1 ball, 1 strike. We have 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. The Tigers have a 6-2 lead as Canley is trying to close out this game. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And Cabrera's down to his last strike. Here's the pitch. And it's foul back. So Cabrera still staying alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Oswaldo Cabrera. We have 2 outs here in the top of the ninth. Canely sets. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss, and Cabrera strikes out to end the game. So the Yankees lose today's game 6-2. Their record now is 6-4. So 6 wins, 4 losses. Not exactly the kind of game the Yankees wanted. It wasn't exactly what us fans were expecting, but it does happen, unfortunately. So the Yankees do drop the series opener to the Detroit Tigers. But we'll see what happens in these next 2 games. The Yankees have an opportunity to come back with a win tomorrow, and hopefully on Wednesday, and get the series win. So let me know how you all are feeling right now. Again, I know it wasn't exactly the game that we were all hoping for, but these things do happen. It just wasn't the Yankees' day today. Rodon, again, he struck out 8 batters today. I mean, he struck out 8. He walked 3. He pitched well for the most part. Again, he did give up that 3-run home run, but remember the umpire made a mistake on a call that was supposed to be a strike, but he called it a ball, and that's where the Tigers hit that 3-run home run and gave him a lead. And then there was an error made by Oswald Cabrera, and they were able to put on 2 more runs, and it ended up being a 5-1 game. So at one point, so not exactly the game we were hoping for. The bats were also cold for the Yankees. The bats didn't exactly do their job. They didn't show up. So just again, it didn't work out the way we had hoped. But that is going to end things for me, folks. Yankees lose today's game 6-2, but they get to play in tomorrow. Hopefully they come away with a win. Right? I do appreciate every single one of you that are tuning in, wherever you may be tuning in from. I do greatly appreciate it. Thank you all for the continued support on this channel. We will be doing more, obviously, play-by-plays. So the game plan is for me to go live tomorrow for tomorrow's game. Stay tuned, right? Just make sure you hit that notification bell. Unless if something changes, I am planning on going live tomorrow. I will let you all know. So again, hit that notification bell. I will get that stream set up, and make sure to like this live stream. I don't know how many likes we're at. I might do a pregame tomorrow as well, and just spread the word, folks. Spread the word out to other folks. Let's get more subscribers on here. I'd love to meet some new fans, whether it's Yankees fans or other fans of other teams. Love to meet you guys and gals. So if you're out there, come join, and we'll have a good time. But thank you all for tuning in. I'm heading out. Make sure you all hit that like button on the way out. Hit that subscribe button. Share this channel out with everybody you know. I would greatly appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your evening. See you all tomorrow. Let's go Yankees.